your pick a card as we get started. Thank all of you guys for tuning in. Definitely appreciate you. If you're interested in any products or services, feel free to visit me at astronauthoochie.etsy.com. The information is always in the description box and or the about tab here on YouTube. If it when it resonates, don't forget, hit the thumbs up. It's like a boost of, let's see my thumb look off. I swear, like the camera adds so many pounds because like my thumb is not this big. wait a minute. I'm gonna take a picture of my thumb and put it on the community board because what is happening? Okay, anyway, yeah. So thumbs up. It's an energy boost for the channel. It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. And gratitude, is abundance. So my gratitude to you for just being here, though. We have your selections before us. You have the kiss, the gem, and the bridge. Okay, I can't wait to unpack this. So if you need a moment, feel free to pause the video. Otherwise, we will get started with group 1, the kiss. And set your intentions now. I'm going to pull some angel answer cards for each group and shuffle out clarifiers. So get ready for the deets. Okay. All right. We're going to start with group 1. So group 1. All right. You have this beautiful card, right? This gives, is it waning or waxing? Like when the moon is on this side, it's like, this is like leading up to a full moon. So it's waxing. Good, I'm learning. So that may be significant. This is the touch, the chemistry, the sex. Oh, it says before a first kiss, the air is electrified. Each breath is alive with possibility and magic. That's like the high priestess and the magician. That's crazy. What would their lips be like? Their tongue, what do they want me? Oh, do they want me in return is a question that is sometimes asked. The archetypal energy of the kiss is a heightened sensation of merging with other, of letting in what was moments ago separate. Okay. These moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self toward union and acceptance. And I love that because union is the 2 cups. It talks about not being in a split mind when making decisions. It talks about being at peace and accepting whatever. And that within itself is bliss. But for some of you, it is literally between you and another person. Now, these moments forever change us as we move past the solitary self toward the union and acceptance. This card suggests true intimacy is around the corner, which requires bravery and surrendering. So notice acceptance and surrendering are both here. When the kiss takes a non-human form, it may be experienced as touching the sacred, hearing a whisper, or being graced by a divine being. You will recognize the presence of the kiss by cold chills and an awakening of the heart. So for some of you, as we talk about magic, okay, and possibility, whatever you're waiting on, which is like the journey of the major arcana, the high priestess comes in with the whisper, the answer that you're waiting on, the direction to take, the thing, whatever that thing is, you feel me? The phone call, we're heading into Mercury retrograde, and for some, it isn't, blocks and miscommunications. It could be those who have been in separation up until this point, you know what I'm saying? Bridging some gaps or whatever. Now, this is sensual expressiveness, merging and inviting. Some of you could receive an invite of some sort. But when in darkness, it talks about neediness, pressure, dominance, and disrespect. So just be mindful of that. Now, it also says, write down the story of your first kiss. What was changed in that moment? Okay, that's kind of cute. So let's shuffle out some cards and see what we have here for you, group 1. Let's see what we have. All right. I do see the 2 cups. For some of you, I'm going to continue to shuffle. For others of you, here is acceptance and surrender, which talks about this web that we weave. For some, it may have to do with work and finance. Others, it's like the sacrifices that we've made. You know, there could be some communication, a text message, a letter for some of you that have not been speaking. Others of you, you could be receiving something from the High Priestess. Like I said, I know y'all saw her, but let me see what actually unfolds for us. Okay, cool. So we have, the 8 of Pentacles. For some of us, there's a need to be brave, to be consistent and repetitive, to work through the night, to master a craft of some sort. Now, some could be working. We have the Hangman upright, which doesn't really talk about surrender as much as it does the awakening of some sort. After some sort of heartbreak or loss, I feel that there has to do with observation, rejection, insecurities, and something being brought to our awareness. The confusion ends. The 7 of Cups is over with. There may be something to celebrate. Some of you may be invited. If you have been feeling, left out in the cold or recently triggered by anything, I think patience or reflecting could have caused either of those, because you do have the 7 of Pentacles. And it's like moving counterclockwise. Oh, that's kind of dope. Just like how the moon revolves. And so that's why I said for some of you, some people could be walking into something new. And I feel like for you guys, it's in the reverse, just like the Hangman. Okay. So the advice is definitely to have patience, to weather the storm. I also feel that there's a lot of Pentacles, so this is definitely in reference to something physical and tangible in this realm. Okay. And I say that because you have work, you have past efforts being rewarded, you have weathered the storm, you have patience, you have commitment, and then you have like no longer being stuck and moving forward. So it's like this 8 is the forward movement from the 7, where we're reflecting and twiddling our thumbs and thinking about something. And I feel like it's communication. It may have to do with Aquarius energy, doesn't have to, but this also talks about research, investigating. Some of you may be being observed by whoever this is that wants to speak, wants to send some sort of invite, but maybe still in the shadows a bit and taking their time, doing some reflecting on possibly how to do things different this time. Because if we've been consistent and we've mastered a thing and we've done it over and over again, that 7 of Cups talks about either something being manifested for you in the area of relationship or work, and or the end of confusion where someone may not have been clear. The options that were there to choose from, the multiple times we've tried this thing, could be causing some to be a little bit hesitant. Okay. Now for others of you, if there's like questions being asked, there's a question that you ask, there may be an answer coming to you. So if you've recently asked any questions or have a question on your mind, there may be an answer coming. So let's break down the 8 of Pentacles for you, group 1. Okay, I'm just going to leave it out because she won't get out of my hand. Some communication about work or some observation on how you work. Now the 5 of Pentacles just talks about being halfway through something, and it's just as hard to go back as it is to move forward at times. There may be differences in beliefs, some feelings of being out in the cold, and maybe someone is having an awakening or a reflection of some sort on the past situations. Like, I don't like that the 8 of Pentacles is like hard work. The 7 of Pentacles is hard work paying off. And maybe that's the question of when. Okay, you got the 6 of Swords and also the hummingbird. So it's like some of us may be annoyed with a situation that's currently causing us some sort of self-reflection or curiosity, some question answering, question asking, or even irritation. Okay, the Five of Pentacles sometimes points to the winter also, and that's funny. We have the beaver, so for some of you this is definitely about work or family and how much you're putting into something, the seeds that have been sown, and kind of like working hard and working diligently. But this entanglement sometimes talk about a loss or heartache, much like this Five of Pentacles. So look at that. You have air, air and earth. So some of you, it may be communication for sure, and working on that aspect in a relationship, at work, when you're speaking things to yourself or to the universe if you're trying to manifest. The feeling of being out in the cold doesn't really help if you truly believe that past efforts are going to be rewarded. Like if you feel the universe is working with you, and not just necessarily against you, then the feeling of being out in the cold, even though you could be doing your best or have given all you could to a situation, I feel that some of us may need to go back to the drawing board when it comes to those things. Now, there may be memories and how we're wired that does it. So meditation, medication, whatever your thing is, may help if there's like some energy pulls. For others of you where it talks about a union, your happy ending, right? The entanglement, the thing that has been dragging slowly and been sort of mysterious, the one that you may have been out of communication with or are hoping to hear from. I feel that this points to a situation for some of you that could have happened in May. Doesn't have to be this May, could have been any May, and where there was bliss and things were right. And just imagine like there's a relationship or a twin flame partnership where every so often you guys get this glimpse of things are okay, communication coming in, being on the same page, having some sort of harmony, having this happy ending, blended families, children and all that. And then I don't like how, the loss, the out in the cold, the focusing on work and, doing some research on how to master like the self. Someone may have taken a break or have been in separation because they're working on themselves. Now subconsciously, because this would be as above and this is like in the present moment, so that kind of sucks. But subconsciously, which is where we manifest from, it's like our insecurities, this observation, this agitation, the questions that were asked. We have the hawk here, which is normally a guide that initiates some sort of tower. So something a question, a lie, some snooping, whatever the case, could have initiated this tower moment. Now, for those of you where I said, oh, this could happen back in May, some of you, we have the elk here, which could even be pointing to the elk moon. For others of you, it's the antlers being lit, receiving some sort of messages. So there's like Kundalini energy where there's a health improvement that leads to some sort of awakening. And this awakening, for some reason, could challenge you financially. So you definitely want to look into getting into alignment, staying grounded, and possibly like other chakras to make sure we're not overworking some and underworking others with the cheetah here. Your focus may change as well. The attention or attraction that you're needing could be coming as well. Now, that's crazy. With the beaver, that is insane. These cards came right back out. So if I look at both of them together, there are children in the Ten of Cups, and the children or the siblings are represented here. So, if this isn't like an intimate relationship, this could be the starseeds and, how we're some sort of collective and possibly doing some sort of work. And since this is earth energy, you could be a medicine woman, a healer, a medicine man, just looking for your collective to, I guess, feel some sense of home so that your work isn't going like in vain or something like that. Now, others of you, this is your mind. These are your memories, and it talks about some sort of growth. And I feel you noticing that you've grown and possibly at the drawing board looking for more, or wondering, with this Five of Pentacles, where it is. Okay. It's a fair question, and I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you that it's a fair question. For some of us, there's a need to kind of like heighten the drive, the solar plexus energy, your desires, that kundalini energy, because we're activating the heart chakra, or just implementing things that may be beneficial overall, but in this third dimension, in alignment with your goals. This talks about two things in harmony. So it doesn't have to be two chakras. It doesn't have to be two people. It could be how you intend for things to go and where you're trying to manifest versus like what's actually coming of it, right? If that makes some sort of sense. Now, the dolphin came out for you earlier, and I wanted you to notice that some of you also have this web. And I knew it. When I saw the Eight of Pentacles, I immediately thought of the spider. So it does talk about some protection while you move along your journey and everything isn't highlighted for you, like you can't see everything. Some things are mystery, some things are left in the dark. Others of you, the elephant in the room would be fated. So whatever this situation is, and when I see the elephant, it's given like coming toward you and you can't miss it. So I think that's super dope. Oh my gosh. So something is coming toward you and you won't be able to miss it because you got these guides and these messengers over here, which is super cool. So there's a thing. Okay. And I want to know what it is. Y'all want to know what it is? Oh, High Priestess at the bottom of the deck, which is insane. Something coming toward you. So be aware. Look at that. Oh my God. The zebra is very unique. So it talks about being yourself. And then it also talks about like this awareness, because the gazelle is very graceful and she doesn't miss anything. So it's something that's hard to miss. It's something very unique and eccentric and different, and it's hard to miss. So this is how a person sees you, and or this is a situation that may be coming toward you. And I believe that it's favorable. Okay. Healing from past issues, and I feel these issues have to do with pride. It has to do with generosity. It has to do with, what do they call it? Reciprocity, receptivity. I always mix those up. So here's growth, here's healing, here's wisdom. That's a good thing. The mouse is sometimes fearful, and the reason why the mouse survives as long as it does is because it avoids danger. So for some of us, the challenging issue is like playing it safe. And what we could do is take what we have and do something with that. Maybe you did do that. And with the frog, it says that maybe you took some risk. Maybe you didn't play it safe. Maybe you did play it safe. And maybe you took what you had and did something with it. But here we have like slow motion. And then we have the Three of Swords, where whatever it is that is true at least removes us from whatever thing that was blocked. But sometimes that doesn't feel well. And let's see, I wanted to see about the elephant. Dang. And the what was it? I'm gonna ask Spirit to get a clarifier for the elephant and the zebra. Oh, like the awareness. Yeah, that's what I was. Okay, I wanted, this is the clarifier. Okay, cool. It's a merge of some sort. This is the communication. This is the guide. This is wisdom. This is physical, because these would be like more so divine for some of you. This is more physical, where it talks about communication from source, like something is being passed on. The hawk is coming from a place, and this place is made of whatever this connection is, or whatever, the antlers are created of, and the sun is made out of the same thing. So I do feel that the hawk, the elk, the pentacles, as well as this moon and the kiss, these things are connected. These things move from the physical to the non-physical to the 3D. And I think that that's super dope. And so the gazelle, to clarify, the elephant in the room, or this very unique thing that's going to be hard to miss, is something that some of you are anticipating and waiting on. And you're going to be ready for it because you're already hyper aware. Like, unfortunately, with the mouse, Like I said, the mouse is wise. The mouse is not going to do anything that puts it in danger, and is going to move around at the sound, at the vibration of any possible danger. The gazelle does the same thing. So it's like you're already, I ain't gonna say on the edge of your seat, but some of you are already kind of like in a position to see whatever it is, and you're going to recognize it because they're all connected. Okay, so that's crazy. Now it's about work for some of you, which again is dope. We got the Six of Swords, and so that's that moving away from financial troubles, being guided through the waters. That's that divine being sort of energy that puts us on the boat after whatever didn't work in that Three of Pentacles, because usually it's the same lady and child from the Three of Pentacles, which was a collaboration of some sort, and maybe one or more people in that situation poured the cup out. Maybe it just represents compromise wasn't given in a moment, right? And the divine, or a divine being, is like an overseer that can warn of danger or you know, some sort of discomfort, possibly financial discomfort. Others of you, as we talk about siblings, this could be a family situation. Damn, for some of you, we have Libra here. So when I have two chicks here, this is like a boss and an assistant. So when I talk about the Three of Pentacles, these could be roommates. This could be co-workers. This could be a relationship, you know, for some of you guys. It also talks about practical and logical and some sort of either the magic with this Ten of Pentacles, which is connected to like the Kabbalah, and what you can work with it. And also it talks about wealth and prosperity. So practical and logical. Receiving both of these energies are submissive, intelligent, and in a position to receive. And it's like, what are we receiving? This Ten of Pentacles says that either this person that pops up was very important to you, or there's an opportunity for mastery, in a sense, of yourself, your soul purpose or work. You have 44. Those are master numbers. So look into that, where the Four of Pentacles talks about holding on. The Four of Swords talks about healing. So we have saving and doing some sort of preservation within a network, and that's how we have victory. So I like that. If it's about work, I also like reflecting and the stars aligning for some of my twin flames or whatnot. We are heading into the Lionsgate portal and all that. Now with the Knight of Pentacles, I noticed that the antlers aren't lit like the elk, and the sun is behind the gazelle, but it has the kiss. So for some of you, if this is you, because the person or the thing is here, the situation, the person or the thing, it seems like we've already talked about. So I would take this to be your strengths, the one up that you have on life, on this decision, on this choice, whatever the case may be. And it's like you've already dealt with, or you're already aware of some things which could have caused pain, but there's something coming in or that you've already received that helps heal it, even if it's in being practical and logical, or learning to heal things and knowing that it's a choice to hold on to things. For some of you, possessions, right? There could be an actual situation that involves possession, and stars lining up for something to happen where you, I guess, gain possession or get victory over a situation. So that's kind of cool. This talks about focus. I didn't even ask for it, but it was sticking out. So the shark is very direct. It talks about focus. It could be communication, but it definitely talks about your direction. So where we're in the present moment, learning and listening to or being guided by something or someone from the past, it gives us this newfound awareness that, as you can see from the healing, the victory, the inheritance, for some of you with the Ten of Pentacles, there could be an inheritance of some sort, but either way, stars align, child, okay? And all of this that happens, even through that Three of Swords, the shark is very focused on the direction, and it moves in the future. this could be something within you. So the kiss could go from a guide overseeing you to something that is in your energy, kind of pulling you like a companion. Just imagine, like we talk about, like the Kundalini energy or goosebumps, something overwhelming you, something giving you strength. That's usually what the dragon does, is it asks you when you're down and out of breath in that Five of Pentacles, but still need to get to the finish line, to just embody the energy of the dragon that is always within all of us. It even could talk about like mirror work for some. I know that looking into a mirror, focusing on the area in between the eye, sometimes, and I say sometimes because it does work, but in case I have any skeptics or practical, logical people here, it is just a form of Reiki where we can give energy to ourselves. Because I did spend a little time, I ain't gonna toot my horn like I just know some shit because I don't know much, but in becoming a metaphysician, if you will, I learned bits and pieces of everything, so at least I know where to go find it, right? Even if I hadn't mastered Reiki, but it's a pretty cool thing. And around that time, I did also learn about the Tibetan dragon. So for some, you can manifest this person that you want, this information opportunity that you need, this collective that you need, by focusing on your health and your gifts and your abilities. And so group one, I just appreciate like listening to myself talk to you, because if I ever fall off my horse and need some sort of motivation, I think that was the most beautiful thing I have ever heard, which was reassuring that things could happen, but things also will and can change. And for some of you, that's about to happen. And I think that that's super dope. Group one, your angel answer card. If you're ready, or if you're just tuning in, I said that you guys would get an angel answer card at the end of your reading. So set your intentions. Pause the video if you need to, but I'm going to flip it. Okay. Your answer is compromise. All right. Maybe some news you can use. I see the justice scale. She looks like happy, like they described Uriel, and her wings so big you can't even really tell they wings. So this is like the favorable aspect of justice, where there's balance, understanding, apologies, or just, using the discernment, and trusting, but it says compromise. That is your angel answer card, group one. And we will move to group two's reading. So group two, let's go ahead and crack that open. The gem is kind of like the diamond, the star, in tarot. The star usually points to the calm after the storm. It too has like two cups. It's like fire and water. And there's the reflection in the pool, and we're pouring something out and containing something else. So whatever it is that you're doing, the multiple things that could be going on in your life, I feel that you can do it. I know that sounds kind of corny. The star is usually unclothed, which would tell us that you don't need anything but yourself. It also points to a divine being at times, but like I said, usually just represents a phase of calm after a storm, having nothing, child, and sometimes still being able to manifest, right? Get those dreams, wishes, and hopes. It's like an attraction of some sort. For some of you, it could even be a physical attraction. Now, in this deck, however, the diamond, the gold, the inner treasure. So I may have some alchemists here if you resonate with the gold, honey. And intuitively, what I get is the surroundings are a lot different from the gem itself. So for some of you, with the star or the gem, it's also like my starseed card. Now, there are infinite names for the gem. It is also known as the jewel, the star, the talent, the gift. So this could be about your talents, your gifts, your abilities, your purpose. Now, it also points to like a diamond in the rough. It says that it's a substance that's found deep within. Okay. So nothing outside of you, but something in you. And like they say, you know, it's an old urban legend, inner city saying, it ain't in me. Or no, it's not on me, it's in me type deal. So I think that that's pretty cool because the star doesn't have anything on and everything within it. So I think that that's dope. It says that you can't find it when you are among comforts and pleasantries. So it's like the tower moments may have been initiated by fate, okay? If you've had any in the recent past, or even if you have some in the future. This card doesn't point to that though, because again, the star is after, you know what I'm saying? It's the calm after the storm. Now, the precious stone develops slowly deep in the earth amid pressure and darkness. So there could have been some mysteries, some things unknown, dark times, you know, being under a lot of pressure. But pressure busting pipes, another urban legend, okay? When there is no definite map for some of you guys. So I have generational curse breakers. I have those that may have made movement from that Two of Wands into that third wand of just fuck this, which is usually waiting, hoping, optimism. As I talk about optimism, like Neptune and Pisces has been going on for like the last, 12, 13 years. It's phasing out in the next year or two and currently in retrograde. So the I don't want to say the possibilities, but the hopes, the wishes, and you know, all that kind of stuff. Is it moving into Aquarius? That's interesting. I don't know. But, you know, that's a time of illusion or delusion, right? And a lot of us that do have a life path that could include some sort of gift, talent, stardom, fame, or being an attraction, you know, you may have challenges at times that test your faith, you know, if it's truly for you or if it's a fad. And then people in your environment, they ain't built like you. They're nothing like you with these earthworms and this black and white. They ain't even, the grass ain't even green. Okay, they burnt out. So listening to people in the environment or really taking too much from the environment may not be favorable for you. But according to this card, you may have so much to offer. It's kind of like a diamond fell out of the sky, child. A star was born, right? And it was you. And for some of us, where you landed, it may not be, like I said, a reflection of you. And so it seems like we're going to talk a bit about that, you know, because and I said there's a reflection usually with the star and the water that, you know, the bearer is getting the water from, pouring it on the grass. Oh, some of y'all need to water y'all plants, like for sure. You could be doing some sort of scrying. And I want to say money magic because I shuffled your cards out and then my device did something goofy. And I said, well, I'll just do group 2 all over. But then I thought that was kind of corny since your cards literally came out. You know what I'm saying? And I was 6 cards through a 9-card spread. I said that I wouldn't do that. But I did have an extra moment to sit with it. And I won't leave out anything that I said before. If anything, I should be able to articulate it better. So have no worries. The oyster came out first. Then you had the Daughter of Wands and the Sea Serpent. Now the oyster coming out tells us about something hidden within. And that's just like the star. The star has this energy of what's inside or what it's made of. And then here comes the oyster, which doesn't it take time and something that is very valuable and sometimes used outside of the oyster itself, who creates it but doesn't necessarily benefit from it type deal. It's still a natural thing. So some of you, your natural talents may involve this spark and why spirit is pushing you. Okay. So the oyster represents patience, secret keeping, and hiding inner treasures. Now the star don't hide nothing, baby. The star busts it out and busts it open. So let's see. It says the focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts to their mind, they achieve it with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires and life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it you've been hesitating to share? The world is waiting to see it. So have you been hesitating to share something? And it's like whatever it is, you are truly passionate about it. You really believe in it. Some of you will risk your life for it, because the Page of Wands is that Joan of Arc energy. Now, if there's anyone in your environment that may have been a bearer of bad news for you, or a situation or something like that, or maybe it could have been the Tower, it's kind of like the sea serpent, I feel like, represents healing those emotional wounds and trying to express your desires. For some of you, it's the desires that you're passionate about, and it's like this spark in you, right? It's like the fire in you or whatever. For others of you, we're holding something inside that may not be favorable for us, and it creates some sense of like being emotionally overwhelmed. Now, the sea serpent represents the energy of expression. So we have your gifts, your abilities, your talents, you being the star. We have this devotion. We have these beliefs. We have this branch with these beautiful flowers blooming from it. It looks like three, little ornaments or arrangements or whatnot. And I pointed to the 3 wands when it said that your path is less traveled, may not have even been paved. It's something that is just for you. So there's that. And then here we have, whether it's emotions, creativity, sensuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. And I've been saying that a lot with the Queen of Cups in that deck, her pouring out her cup into like plants. And I literally said that in your video before the weird thing happened. I was like, some of y'all need to water the plants. Because there was this burnt out energy of the surroundings around the gym. And then there's this spark, which is fire. And then the oyster has something bright, kind of like wanting to burst out. So it's like outgrowing a surrounding for some of you. And then here's that sea serpent that looks like this pupil or whatnot. And so what if the pupil is like this messenger in the Page of Wands? And what is it that we're outgrowing, or what is it that's bursting to come out? You know what I mean? Now, another thing, okay? For those of you, because I know I have a lot of the collective that want understanding and like clarity behind relationships. And I did see what could possibly be like a karmic contract. And for some of us, there's oaths that we've taken, right? It could have been love, poverty, obedience. And, sometimes one mind says that I'm a starseed, I can do the impossible. I'm gifted, yada, yada, yada. The other side of us is holding in those talents that's supposed to get us where we're supposed to go because of our devotion to other aspects of the oath. Now with this card here, it does say to move creatively and even sexually at times without any fear or shame, knowing that what we desire most has a connection that puts our heart at ease. Our relationships are meaningful and enduring. It says loosen your grip on self-judgment for some of you. Now, the clarifiers, because I'm going to take 3 more even after this. But when I saw these, one thing that I did not say in the previous recording was being like tears of joy. I don't know why that came out, but there could be like tears of joy. And it also talks about like money luck. If the owl was in the reverse, it's just like the 2 of Pentacles, where there could be some juggling. But in this particular deck, it was upright. We don't have to focus on what it could mean in a negative scenario, but I just want to throw it out there in case Some people are actually experiencing some challenges in the finances since the Ace of Pentacles is at the heart of the matter. Others of you, it's a relationship, a physical marriage, and it's something practical. It's not like some spiritual twin flame thing or a person that you don't actually have a relationship with. There, even if it's not like a relationship, there's still something like tangible in this scenario. You guys aren't just admirers or whatever, is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, I saw tears of joy. And then with the owl, it represents money luck. Money luck from talents that you're holding in because of some other belief system or oath or a contract or some obligation. Now that's just like, I saw a video about Cardi B. I didn't know she hadn't had an album in 6 years. And every time it's time for her to go on tour, she got pregnant. I didn't know. And nobody can prove that she did that on purpose. But it's coincidental. I do believe she has two, and she had both children. They said, let me not be gossiping. I didn't do the research. It's just other things that people are pointing out. That every time she was supposed to go on tour, that's like within her contract or just something, I guess, that they were tolerant of, is that she had a baby. So it's like, I ain't got to go on tour. So that was interesting. I was like, one album this whole time in 7 years, and it's like every year she keep promising an album. Rihanna did us like that, but at least Rihanna came out with Fenty and then gave us all a spark of hope with becoming a young billionaire. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I forgave whatever album I thought I wanted from her. Do retire, little mama. And so we cheered her on. But the owl talks about abundance, clairvoyance, and treasures. Some of you here with this treasure and you're wondering what your gift is, you have the gift of clairvoyance. So I, would look into that, do some studying on it, do some research to see what you can bring and to activate where your boon or your fortune lies. I think that that's pretty dope. Now, this is generous, trusting, and secure. Not gonna lie. The shadow side of some of these cards could also talk about insecurities. Now, if there's scarcity mindset or money quarrels, to bring it back into balance, you can make some sort of offering. You know what I'm saying? To give, to be generous, and all that kind of stuff to pull you out of any negative energy. The owl is a mysterious and otherworldly creature found in folklores from east to west. The white owl is, in this particular deck, is the companion of the goddess. Okay, so if I have any goddesses in the audience, this is your buddy, okay? Or one of your guides, buddies, right? If you subscribe to a deity or a goddess as your guide, the owl is the messenger, okay? And what messenger speaks, either talents or abundance, right? So I think that that's pretty dope. Anywho, the white owl, yep, in this deck is the companion. Oh, the goddess specifically is Lakshmi and represents wealth, beauty, and good fortune. When the owl card appears, it's an omen that a boon or a treasure is on its way, either in spirit or material form. For you, it is in material form. And because you have this Page of Wands that tells me about the swiftness and the excitement and the passion and the spark that this is going to bring in your eyes or in the eyes of those that are around you. So I think that that's super dope. And that did not come out in the reading last time. So I appreciate Spirit for probably breaking my stuff so I can say it right. Whatever. But yeah, it says how it could further serve your Dharma and bring abundance. So you're going to use this to benefit you in a way to expand on talents and gifts and abilities that you already have within, right? Because you are the star. But this is something that aids, right, or enhances or expands. So that's kind of cool. It says how it can further service your Dharma and bring abundance to the world. Wait a minute. I did that wrong. Okay, spiritual or material form, boom. With our wisdom on your side, you'll see and know exactly what to do with this boon. So that's kind of cute. I like that a lot. See and know. Because I got Aquarius in my chart, and I'm a very curious, analytical person. I'm in social circles at times with people like that. And for that reason, I'm not going to say it makes me skeptical, but it makes me very practical and not naive when it comes to spirituality or the quantum world, because a lot of people know a lot of shit. It ain't necessarily changed their lives. And the people whose life it does change, I wonder if it was just in their natal chart or if it had anything to do with what we're all studying or looking to obtain. So if you're anything like that, the benefit of this scenario is you're going to see and know. You're not going to learn or believe, right? See and know are also associated, I think, with zodiac signs, because there's the I am, I believe, I know, I think. And I do believe, I know is an air sign. I just can't remember which one. And I see, it sounds like some fire sign to me, but could be earth sign. I know it's not water, because water is, I know Pisces is I believe. And unfortunately, I just think Pisces is the water of all the waters. But forgive me if I have any Cancers or Scorpios up in here. You got a treasure coming, group 2. I don't have to drag on to say that, but I did promise your last 3 rows. Some of you, oh, did they come out? I did see the cosmic egg. I'm going to shuffle the cards. Look, wish fulfillment. That's crazy. Where you got your 3 cards. You got wish fulfillment, the star, and the cosmic egg. And they're just sitting here, but I was just like, I'll shuffle in all fairness, because I love to let tarot, okay? There could be a celebration, an invite, okay? Something to be happy about, some sort of engagement. I like that. Here is the bear. Now, the bear talks about an awakening and coming out of hibernation. That's going to be required. You're going to have to show up, okay, for this wish fulfillment, to not waste your talents. They came back out. Oh, my gosh. Okay, cool. For some of y'all, I think it's a loan. Now, I say that because Spirit know I like that little movie on Hulu. And the uncle, I think, gave the brother $100,000, $300,000 toward the restaurant that the brother never used and put in tomato paste jars. He passed, unfortunately. The little brother took over the restaurant. It was hard. It was frustrating. It took so many twists and turns. Nobody really believed in how he wanted to, but the newcomers who were being walked over because they were young, but very knowledgeable and modern, and took him, leveled up where he wanted to go. Long story short, one day he found the money in the tomato things. And what happened was he told his uncle, I wasn't going to tell you about the money, but I need some more money. So I want to proposition you a contract. I want you to invest, but here's my plan. And the uncle took the bait and he got the extra money because it was a deal that he couldn't refuse. The boy was basically like, if I fail or if we flop, I'll give you the restaurant. And the restaurant was on a $2 million lot in Chicago. So it was like, if they lost, he could still sell the property and get his money back. But they didn't lose. So shout out to all of us waiting on season 4 of The Bear. But I do appreciate Spirit bringing these cards right back out. Just saying that there's a wish fulfillment. And the wish fulfillment comes at a time when you least expect it. When you've been shuffled out of your comfort zone to maybe help you believe in something that you're struggling with now. So we're going to see what that is. And I love that for y'all. Okay, y'all have to tell me how they go. And we'll move to group 3. Oh, shit. Your angel answer card. I almost forgot. I almost forgot group 1, too. So I did it by itself. Go ahead and set your intentions. You're weird. I don't know. That's gotta be insane. Who from group 1 is watching group 2? Okay. Because if you is, the answer is still compromised. Now let's get the angel answer card. Okay, it says get more information. And at the bottom of the deck, see, look, I have if you believe. And that's why I said whatever this is going to help with your dwindling belief system. I love this Merkaba right here. And I think, I'm telling you, I think my light body activation worked for me because I truly believed in a higher power, or that there was divine intervention. Now, somebody else going to the practitioner that I went to for some alleged divine intervention may not work because I'm a skeptic and I'm a realist. And we going to some Reiki lady in a cabin somewhere to unlock somebody's soul. You know what I'm saying? What are the chances that something for real comes of that? But I'll say that it may not work for others, but I for sure saw it work. And your cards are pointing to possibly because you believe and or because of the god or goddess that you have in your mix, protecting you, guiding you, or has some influence in this wish fulfillment. And also you got pretty much a guarantee of something coming to you tangible, possibly financial in the near future, as well as a clue. So if you don't look into clairvoyance after this video, shame on you. Okay, so we will move to group 3. All right, group 3, it is your turn. Okay, you have the bridge, honey. Now, no, I'm just playing. I saw a meme on Instagram the other day about burning bridges, and it reminded me of something I too had said once, which was, what did it say? I burn bridges so they'll never cross me again. You feel me? But this bridge isn't like that. And I always notice that it's like 3, little lines. So of course I think about the excitement of 3 wands and forging forward, doing some really brave, cool stuff that no one else has the capacity to do, and finding your tribe along the way. I didn't learn that in traditional tarot, but I have a deck that is one of my new favorites, and I noticed that in his 3 of Wands and then this other deck that I got, there's like people behind the person that's holding the wand up, moving forward on their journey into the unknown. So I thought that was dope. And then I didn't even know those group of people are the same folks that I feel like link up in the 5 of Wands, but that's a whole nother story that ain't even got nothing to do with y'all right now. But you have the bridge, okay? Now set your intentions for your angel answer card that I'm going to pull at the end of your video, and we're also going to shuffle out some tarot and oracle cards as clarifiers right here. All right, but we're going to get started with the bridge first. Okay, so the bridge is the connection, the link, the gate. Okay, y'all gonna link up or make a connection, or we have the Lionsgate. The Lionsgate portal thing. Ooh, look, my thumb don't look so big this time. If you saw the other video when I say, please give me a thumbs up to my channel, it's the way this camera is angled. It just looked fat and short, and I really got like long fingers, so I know y'all don't care. Look, new people who don't know me is like, what the fuck is this lady talking about? So let's focus. The connection, the link, the gate. Now let me find out y'all got some connection to Starlink. Starlink finna do something in the near future. I want to link up with Starlink. I'm gonna go apply. They hiring. I think that's the only job I would ever have. I haven't worked in a while because I've been like entrepreneuring, philanthropying, studying, but if I were to work for someone, I would totally work with NASA or Starlink because it would be more of an adventure. I mean, of course, they're going to have to pay me and more than I could pay myself. But it would be about the experience. So anyway, bridges are built to connect 2 worlds. All right. So the they create flow, allowing us to travel between realms, ideologies, personalities. This archetype is the gesture of acceptance, of saying yes rather than withdrawing or separating and saying no. Write that down now. Because so many times I have had to give what the cards asked of me, which is like divine feminine sort of wisdom. And sometimes that could come off as the you know better type friend. This is totally different because withdrawing, separating, and saying no isn't the gesture of this card. So I thought it was cool. If you're waiting on some sort of communication, there may be a yes coming your way. It talks about acceptance, magic, and communication. That gives me like the hangman, becoming aware, the magician, finding out how to bring his shit from the vortex into the physical, and communication. So like even the high priestess that gives that whisper, or someone that you haven't spoke to that you may speak to. It's like and, right? When we cross a bridge to an unknown land, we are led magically into a new reality. We open up to otherness. Healing and communication are made possible. We enter a state of curiosity, wonder, and learning. The shaman, for example, creates the bridge between the everyday life and the sacred. This card asks us to study the connections between the seemingly disconnected parts of our life, relationship, ideologies, histories. Remember that a bridge can't be forced. It must be made with love, or its structure will not withstand the inevitable weather of life. I think that that's so dope. Now, when this energy is in dark, it refers to lacking boundaries or forcing connections. But I don't think we're doing that because I don't feel that. We're going to now get you some clarifiers, see what's going on here with you, group 3. Let's see what we have. Okay, a lot. We got the otter, the hawk, the horse. We have something to be happy about in the future. Okay. We have, hold on, some sort of warning. I love that. Now imagine you had a guide that kept you from doing dumb shit. I would love that. We all be like, my guide, protect me. God don't play about me. But still, we do very normal human shit. And I asked my guide sometime, I was like, why you let me do stuff like that? You're here. I know you're here. And very supportive and loving, rejuvenating. I can go down the list. But why I still do human shit sometimes? So maybe it's free will or whatever. But for some of you, there could be a warning of some sort. Ooh, okay. This is more so like, I don't know. See, this bridge, I know somebody wanted to cross a bridge. Now, I'm going to ask Spirit to minimize the damages here because this is a lot. But when I see a lamb, a scorpion, and a shark, and then under this nightingale who is gentle in her song, you know, calling to spirit, I see a gold egg. Like, I'm telling somebody trying to take something. But for others of you, it's like it's gonna require emotions, calm, and healing to get this golden egg to hatch. And whatever is in this egg is your manifestation. And your manifestation could be a dream. Now, I personally asked to win a Grammy. So if I finish this video and then go back like I'm not the creator of it and pick a deck or a group, I might pick group 3, but why do I have a lamb, a scorpion, and a shark? That's not my favorite because this is a sting. This is focus, direction, aggression, micromanagement. And this little lamb is just going to allow it because it speaks gentle. Now that could be just for one person. But I did feel it. Even though the bridge came in hot and heavy with this beautiful rendition, I still felt the first thing out of my mouth was, what you crossing the bridge for? Burn that motherfucker, because I'm a very loving, healed. I ain't really have nothing to heal from, but I just said it so to give you an understanding of who I am, I'm not a very vengeful person or bitter or nothing like that. Still, I'm intelligent. I think that's what it is. I'm very intelligent. And I don't lead with the emotions, even though ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm just like a Pisces. So leading with my emotions, I don't know if that's the best. So what I'm saying is, like, I'm a very healthy person, a very happy, upbeat person, and I would still see a bridge and light that motherfucker up even if it wasn't mine. Because stay over there. However you got over there, stay over there. Unless it's a manifestation or an opportunity. So Spirit gave us the bee. Now, this is earnest, hardworking, democratic. That's connected to my King of Cups. That's why we saw the Scorpion. Got it. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They're sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties or whatever at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative detail to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and they sting. That is crazy. That's why you had, look at that. That's why you had the Scorpion. Oh my gosh, look at that. Okay, that makes sense. I just like to make sense of things. Now let's keep going. Here we have the Son of Pentacles, which definitely talks about slowing down, taking a pause, keeping it calm, keeping it cool. This talks about saving. So for some of you, there is a person possibly that is holding on to you, but commitment may not have been there. Teamwork, okay, and how well you guys work together, as well as like matching you. Because if I got one person that's a do-it-all type of employee of the month person in this relationship, and I have another one that focuses on things outside of love and the spiritual connection, and moves at their own pace, that I really ain't even that attracted to, that might even be stingy, I don't know about that. But some of you, this person you may feel is the highest potential relationship you could have. Is kind of like the Merkaba. It could be like a twin flame sort of situation. And that makes sense. I do get that. And they could be on their little old way, you know. And it also talks about their approach. So that approach in the past may not be the same approach in the future. However, it's a lot of shade in this cup. So they ain't really forgave you or got over whatever y'all went through, or you haven't. Maybe the shadow work, they done got it from off of them and put it in the cup. As long as you ain't offering it to me. If you're learning as a knight how to contain your shadow and be content and fair, and a decent partner like the King of Cups can be, and you say, well, I done got it off me, because there is in this deck, the King of Cups is like, he full of this shadow. I don't think the Knight of Cups done drunk the Kool-Aid yet, because his shadow is in the cup. So it's kind of like subconscious. You're gonna have to be patient. For some of you, if this is a manifestation you're pulling from the other side, being in your subconscious is great, because they say we manifest from the subconscious, but it's still going to be like a little slow. And it being in the subconscious just says, it makes me curious as to why it's not intently or consciously being done. And when I look at the Knight of Pentacles, I would say somebody is a little hesitant. Could be why, you know, it's not moving beyond that subconscious energy. They're not really connected to their higher self, because once again, which I haven't seen in years ever, my unicorn being in the reverse, but it is. And I think it could be a transit or particular people within the collective, or a person that Spirit wants to get this message through. So I'm gonna leave it like this until it pops out how it's supposed to be. Okay, now that person is holding in a lot, has gone a far distance And whoever this person is, I think life, this relationship, or it's just how they are, taught them to keep their feelings like to themselves. Now, I would hate for someone to have been developed, groomed, should I say, like this at an early age, like a child. I wouldn't teach a child, keep your feelings to yourself, right? With this Four of Pentacles, just holding on to things, hyper independent or just detached and undermotivated. That's not my favorite. Okay, so I hope nobody experienced that, because look, and you got the Nine of Wands at the bottom of the deck, which is a lot of work, being guarded, being protective, and also, you know, would talk about a form of abuse. I mean, it's like mental, psychological abuse to sit and like force doubt or limitation onto someone who ain't asking you for it. So then you guys get the hummingbird. Now notice that you guys have, like, I'm not going to say what group because you ain't pick it, but we were talking about gifts and abilities. And I think for some of you, your gifts could be related to like song, singing, or your voice. Okay, so like siren or something like that. But the hummingbird is positive, enthusiastic, and spiritually resourceful. So I feel that where it may not be like a treasure per se, but something given to you that may have been left behind to be discovered. So it is still like an inheritance. Some of you could have inherited a nature, because I know when I was like, oh, you know, I'm a cool person, I'm happy-go-lucky, naive, you know, typical water sign. It's also because I'm a sun person, like 10, 19, 28, all the numbers that point to one. And we probably just embody that energy, like inheritedly. So for some of you, it could be that smart, curious energy where you love to learn. But when out of balance, tired, because we did talk about being overworked and burnout, it's pushy, insistent, and sharp. So when we talked about learning and doing something new, being teachable, to bring this energy back into balance, it says to take a class, literally in the book. So before I shameless plug, I have tarot courses, business courses. If you want to be a chandler, it's like, what is that? A person that makes candles or something like that? I love candles. And we got all the oils and herbs and hoodoo, as well as just some things that I've blended and created myself. But anyways, the book said it, not me, okay? Because you have an inherited gift, and it's like, take a class, because, and that's true, but the person that's for, I already know they think they know everything. Because most of the people that I've come into contact with that do have real gifts and abilities, but don't use them, know all the answers and ain't done nothing. And if you feel triggered, don't. But I'm not lying to you, and you know it. The people who come in and be like throwing money at me, I want to take this course, I want to learn this, I just trust you, I just like you, help me, I like what you do with your thing, I like your style. Those people are just normal people that support me or trust me, or honestly are just trying to get a foot forward, you know, in business, in their relationship, and on their spiritual journey. But people that have the natural gift within, child, be a bunch of mouth. So, and I know that's not you, but this is like the second time that the reading pointed to taking a class or getting a mentor. And the first time I didn't even dig in deep to it like that. But since it's resurfacing and you could be the same person that message was meant for in an entirely different reading, I'll just say that. Not that I'm talking to you when I say, oh, they just know it all. It's just the behavior. And if it's not you, take it away from yourself so you don't feel attacked. I'm sure you have a cousin, a coworker, an ex, or somebody who you couldn't tell nothing. They knew it all and were super OG gurus, but ain't bust a grape. Probably don't even got a job. I ain't gonna even say work for somebody else, just nothing, right? So don't let that be you, because spirit is watching. And I don't know your spiritual beliefs, but I mean, God is real. Whatever you think God is, your higher self. Aaliyah, Nipsey, whoever you think guiding you, a bird, the hawk, they're really watching whoever, whatever it is. So unless it's like some mental illness somewhere, it's like, who do we consciously think we fooling if we believe in higher powers and we ain't busting grapes? So anyway, it also says this sacred elixir springs from many sources, but usually involves nature, creativity, and exploring spirituality. Follow the way of the hummingbird and you cannot go wrong. Every droplet of life becomes sweet and every moment worth savoring. So for some of us that are gripping on tight and micromanaging the universe, stay patient and stay diligent. Follow your heart, but also embody the Knight of Pentacles and the Son of Cups. I think it's a decent conversation. I think it's a decent mixture, because the destructive behavior that could come the minute something don't go the Son of Cups way, or they don't get it, or they tired, or they thought it was going to happen sooner, this grounded energy of the Knight of Pentacles could help. Now, usually most woke people with their heart all open be broke. So having someone that could support you financially in an alliance ain't bad, since you probably got a natal chart or a fate of being woke and broke. Now, alchemy, as well as choices and decisions, inheritances, and many other things could alter one's financial future. But let's just be serious, okay? So I still like the combination. And then where the Knight of Pentacles could become a little sluggish, a little lazy, a little unkempt, the Knight of Cups is very charming, well dressed and groomed, and gonna always be motivated as long as his heart's in it. So very good for a motivator, because they're gonna speak from their heart and they're gonna charm the fuck out of you, and you're gonna oblige their motivation. So I like it. Now back to this bridge, and somebody wanted to come back across it. Okay, let me see. Somebody, I knew it. Somebody that you've had to have a backbone with, and I knew that it wasn't easy, because I feel like you care about this person. We got the Starfish, the Ace of Pentacles again. I'm sorry, the Page of Pentacles. If it's not an Aquarius, it's just someone that you like to see them walk by, a child. They do something for you. And you've had to develop some sort of backbone to stand up for yourself. Others of you, the serpent that is coiled, that is connected to the Kundalini, experience, I don't see it coiled no more. And the stingray, I do see that it's standing up straight. And I think that is very dope. And that puts us in the storyline of the magician who's about to activate some portal doorway to start pulling goodies from one side to the other. Now, the stingray represents a sense of self or a spine and developing confidence. So confidence is necessary, because I knew possibly a lack of confidence with my Knight of Pentacles in a challenging position. Now, eager and wants to grow on one end, but on the other end blames others and quits. That is the shadow energy of the Son of Cups. So just be mindful of that. The moment has come when the stingray must decide between the old, easy, comfortable, and familiar, and the new, challenging, uncomfortable, and unfamiliar. Pressure from family and friends make the decision even more complicated. No matter what choice is made now, it's inevitable that this dilemma will surface again and again. Okay. I know exactly what that feels like, or I can imagine. Okay. So let's see what we have. You got the Moth. And let me go ahead and, okay, so back to the money luck. I appreciate that. I see Three of Pentacles. So there's some sort of collaboration that brings change, honey. And somebody's going to be a little busy. And if you're busy, that means with this busy bee, stay busy. Okay, cool. But getting discouraged and slowing down isn't smart. That's what it looks like. Hold on. Or getting distracted, because two things could be true. You could have this one thing going on with you and this other thing going on with you, and still had this person, type vibe. So stay woke. Now, the owl came up, which represents money luck for some of you. And the moth, or like the companion, in a sense. Okay, so some of you, it's like a companion is going to say something. And whatever it is that they say could bring you to a favorable step or a position. It could also, like what I just said, make you a little bit uncomfortable if the person I was just talking about is you. But do you want to stay delusional and comfortable, or you want to get uncomfortable and actually be the person you think you are, that you not being in the eyes of others and yourself deep down inside? Now with the moth, this is the light and darkness type energy. And it's two, I wouldn't say in a challenging position, but it's the second card on the bottom row. The moth talks about impulse, hasty, and wishy. I don't like that with the Knight of Cups. That's what leads to destructive behavior, so just be mindful of that. And somebody is going to tell this person that, I feel. Some situation or someone is going to tell them that in a way, in a sense. Now, idolizing others is something that you may have cut free from, and or it could be connected to the karmic lesson with this star-crossed lover vibe. You admire them because they do things that you want to do but ain't doing. So then do those things. Or admire that person, but don't admire them because they do something you can't do. Because admiring somebody for not being you could, subconsciously cause you to have certain feelings about yourself, or it tells you what you think of yourself. But the moth is sure the grass is greener on the other side. Now, I ain't gonna even lie, even though we having like some real conversation here, the grass is definitely greener on the other side. I am not gonna hold you, because having a backbone and getting some sort of money luck is exactly how somebody probably want to come back over and spend a block. Because maybe the grass wasn't green over there, and then some little bird whispering in their ear that they had a good thing, but that person or that situation made them uncomfortable and probably said some shit that they didn't want to hear. So I'm absolutely comfortable with that message. Okay, I have no further questions. And go ahead and set your intentions to get your angel answer card as I'm shuffling it now. And if you're just tuning into the video, everyone is getting their angel answer card at the end of their session. And we're at the end of group 3, so there you go. Look at my puppy. She tried. She lasted a good while before she started barking. Your answer is be assertive. Okay, don't play with them. The grass greener, and let that be that. Until next time.